What's up, Forever Gang? Welcome back to another video. It's your boy Infinite J. Thank you guys for having me. Thank you for tuning in. And as you can tell by the title down below, we're gonna do another video speaking about balance. You guys probably asking why your energy levels are high. Who done tuned this boy volume up? Me. I did. Okay. Gonna keep it simple, right? Balance. I might go ahead and mount this thing and just. Now I don't want y'all to see my purple pillow on my black sheeted bed, my king. But anyways, that's beside the point. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me know where you guys are coming in from. Although it is YouTube, a lot of people only like to do that stuff when they're going live on Facebook or live on Instagram. But those platforms I'm rarely on because I have new accounts. So I wanted to give y'all something that is typical. And can be used in your lives on a daily basis. Something that's forever. You guys already know my Forever Squad. Y'all already know what I speak about is something that's very vital to your life. It is very essential to the way of your living. You dig what I'm saying? So, balance is nothing new, you guys. Balance is something that is actually highly spoken of in the Bible, in the very book that we all believe in. Well, I wouldn't say all because there's a lot of people that are, non-denominationals and other means of religion or your belief preferences, period, right? So we're not gonna get into that. Anyways, spoken about in the Bible, and I can't say I quote it verbatim, but I do know that it says pretty much like there's a time and a place for everything. So the Bible speaks about there's a time for happiness, there's a time for sadness, there's a time for mourning, there's a time for joy, there's a time for grief and sorrows, a time for laughter and play, there's a time to sit still, there's a time to move, there's a time to, sing, there's a time to be quiet. And right now, in my very own home, I have a number of individuals outside of my door, so that's why I'm in this room. Also, one of my videos I had to re-upload it because it would not allow me to play, and it's actually still going through the uploading process as we speak. So, and I think I had like 4 more minutes left, but I want to get this video done because I have more people coming later, and it's pretty much just like 7 p.m. like so I don't know why I always do this. I feel like I gotta show y'all, right? I can just pull my phone out, but my phone is out there on the charger. I didn't want to bring it in the bedroom and do my video for other personal reasons. So anyways, without further ado, let me go ahead and get into the video about balance and how balance can be used to, I guess, further and make your life a little more equipped, right? We need balance in life, people, and I have suffered or experienced a number of highs and lows in my lifetime, where I've had, things that I believe were positives, in my life, in a negative world, right? Someone has to be the light in this darkness. Say that again. Someone has to be the light in the darkness in order for humanity to continue to thrive forward. You know what I mean? Another reason why Jesus was put here, he had to come and make balance with what was being taking place day in and day out. People had no earthly idea about how to actually conduct themselves because everyone was going on a whim. People were looking for some type of savior. People, it was that time. When Jesus came, it was 2020 in their era. He was the savior. He was the great peace healer, caregiver, loving, inspiring, motivational individual that brought balance to a great nation. Y'all know the miracles, and we don't have to go deep into the biblical aspect of balance, but I'm referencing that aspect of it because it's in the Bible and it's still relevant till today. It's still very relevant till today, right? And majority of everything I say, you guys, is forever. and it lives on. It resonates with everyone's life. So for me, I had to find balance to find a peace of mind. For me, I was looking for comfort. For me, I was looking for a means of like self healing with the awareness that everything was gonna be okay. Um, and there's tons of examples. Let me see if I can think of one. I just feel like someone is saying something to me. Like this is my intuitiveness messing with me at this point. I'm saying messing with me, but it's talking to me. And the video it isn't even out. Like, and this is why I have this brand, Infinite Lifestyle, because well, let me not say. Let's get back to an example, right? Um, Sports. I just do sports out there. So here's an example. For me, growing up, I've always was very energetic. I always wanted to be doing something, right? I've always wanted to get out and just burn the energy off, just get it out of my system. But I grew up with asthma, and asthma put limitations on certain portions of my daily activities. But it didn't hinder me for the most part. It did at times. So what brought about the greater hindrance that I can recognize was when I was, growing up under a roof of a family member. They were my caregiver, they were my guardian, right? Biological family. And school year came around where they was doing physicals, I believe in the fall, when I was in the 6th grade. And before this point, I was very athletic. Like I had the ability to be the next anything, right? My own personal belief, I'm self motivated. And so at this point, being 16, the physicians came in, the individuals that did the physical exam on us did our exam. I was great to go. I was able to be a part of any sport curriculum that was taking place. And at this time, it was football season, and basketball trials had just went by, and so I wanted to sign up. It wasn't like something that I was desperately wanting to do, but I was like, this is great for me because I can become a part of something. And I brought the paperwork home, and my guardian told me, "You're not getting involved with that. You have asthma. You need to get somewhere and sit down." What? I was upset, right? I was upset. I was like, I can't play. Nope. Don't have the money to send you to the hospital because you are asthmatic. Oh man, that crushed me, right? And I feel and believe that if I had that balance of like being involved in sports, I know the level of my intellect when it comes to like any type of physical agility would have been up here. Cause y'all guys know I'm into fitness, right? I have children who are just energetic. Like I'm sure you guys can hear them in the background. That's why they all are gonna be in sports, regardless of their medical condition. I would just let the coaches know and be aware of what they can and cannot do, the do's and don'ts. That's the balance, right? Don't put too much on that child. Don't stress them out. Don't push them too hard. Don't put too much pressure on them. What we use in the 2020 pressure, right? So for me, I was upset. I was devastated. And then in turn, I stayed in trouble because I had no outlet. Like I had no male figure in the household that was a role model. And then I had no like constructive criticism from school because then I became like a minute little bully. Like I wasn't a bully, but I was just the individual that I didn't want to take nothing from nobody because as a male, my testosterone level was out the roof, and I was just like, I'm about to do me, whatever. So we need to keep a balance in life and understand where they are and how they can help us. Even if you guys can recognize what it was that you could have done or should have done when you were younger, and then turn around and be like, oh man, I need to go ahead and go back to doing this, that, and the other, completing XYZ to move forward. Like say for instance, somebody was once in college, me. You guys want to go back to school, or you are in school and you have a few more credits. Don't let these semesters pass you guys by, because when you look up the road and 2, 3, 4 years pass you by, and you working over here at Flip Burger at Crab Shack, You're gonna be looking for a job and be like, man, I should have went back to school then. Do it now. Y'all remember that Everest Institute commercial? Sit on the couch, you watching TV, your life passing you by, you keep procrastinating over and over. Maybe go to school next semester. No, do it right now. Do it now, you guys. Do it now. Get it out your system. Get it out the way while you're young, while you have this life. Because remember, every day that you wake up, it's a new life. So don't think you only got one life to live. You do have one physical entity that allows you to move because of the vessel while you playing your part in this world. But don't think like you only have one life to live and you just, like Eminem say, you only get one shot. You don't. You have multiple chances to do what it is that you need to do. If it didn't work the first time, do it the second time. If it doesn't work the second time, do it the third time. Maybe it wasn't your time. You know what I'm saying? So for balance, for me, balance come in many forms. Our eyesight, our physical activities, our limbs and activities of our body, like everything that we use is a balance. If you cut your big toe off, you can't walk. You become unbalanced, right? If you got one leg, you got to hop around. You are now disabled. You are unbalanced, right? They cut my tongue out. I couldn't talk and deliver this message. I have to sit there and write and put a piece of paper up in front of you guys. Balance, right? And it doesn't just necessarily have to do with our physical. When you're living and you want something, in order to get it, you have to go out there and get it, right? In order to have it, you have to go out there and get it and make it happen. And so, like, if you're looking for a job, but you're trying to figure out where to start, and then you do have some type of degree or whatever, and they tell you, oh, you can't work this job because you don't have the 2-year experiences that we need to qualify you. And then you're like, man, what kind of crap is that? You have to start base level somewhere that is an unfamiliar territory to you. Start there, get the experience, and move up the ladder. And they do that to keep the people that are already experienced in that field up to par, so that way someone newbie coming through don't screw some up, but again, they can still learn from the newbies while you're there training. So same thing, like get you some training while you're on the job, like on the job training. There's a lot of things out there for you guys. I'm just right now I'm skipping, I'm hopping because I want people to just pick out what is suitable for them and their mind and their life, and then touch on it. And then if you need to go back and rewind the video, I don't care what you do, how you do it, but just remain adamant at the fact that there needs to be some type of balance. Right now, you guys want to hear all this background noise because I'll be in my vehicle or I'll be out walking. But I know I have to get this video out today. My intuition saying like, it doesn't matter. Do it regardless of the background noise. That's part of the life, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm using those tools and exercising all those skills that I talked about being focused and, you know, staying motivated. And I keep going back to that because every day that I live it, I have to practice what I preach, and I do my best knowing it's perfect. So going back to like what I was saying, with it not just being a physical aspect, to do something that I spoke about the other day, do something today that's going to benefit you tomorrow. And I spoke about you guys need a job. There's things put into place that's going to hinder you and stop you. And then there's beneficial things and outlets that you can look at. Like, say, for instance, you've been given a ride to work and you don't have your own personal vehicle, but you don't know how to drive either. You can take tips from the individual that's driving and then, you know, enhance your knowledge on how you can become a driver next and the steps to get you there. So I say that because although I was speaking majority on our limbs and activities of our bodies, look at what can benefit you when you communicate and how you can get those conversations stuck up here in your brain and then utilize them here on it and here out. But before I, you know, pretty much end this video, I have something written down that I want to read to you guys. And I found this phenomenal because it was sent to me via text. A lot of people don't use regular text and calling them or everything social media. You can video chat and, you know, y'all get it. I don't have to go in the whole circle about that. And it read as follow. It says, hate has 4 letters. So does love. And I think I'll like throw words up here, you know, to be like hate, love, 4 letters. And this is a balance, right? It says enemy have 7 letters. So does friends. Lying has 5 letters. So does truth. Negative have 8 letters. So does positive. Under has 5. So does above. Cry has 3. So does joy. Anger has 5. So does happy. Right has 5. So does wrong. Right? Hurt has 4. So does heal. And it says, it means life is like a double-edged sword. So transfer every negative side into a positive side of an era of the positive, and we should choose the better side of life. That for me was like, I mean, it's a no-brainer, but the fact that someone took the time to find these words and then place them in a category to show a balance, right? Again, this was sent to me via text about 2 months ago. And I was like, wow, that's pretty dope, because it's, I sit up and I do stuff like that on a random daily. And it's just because of the way how I think. And I found it amusing how words and the way of life plays a factor in one's failure or success, right? And how words have the equal or opposite meaning flow of like energy and how you feel. Pretty much everything I spoke about was like based off feelings, like emotions, like hurt and heal, laughter, joy, sadness, negative, positive. Like, it's crazy if like we look at what we call signs and apply them to our lives, and how we can move and how we can swing the pendulum to work for us, right? Because time is ticking and it waits for no one. But although it is, we can stop time on our own clock, on our own schedule, on our own dime. I do it, or I've done it, right? Like, I can't physically stop the time, because time's going to continue. Time is forever. Time doesn't stop. But for me, like, I stopped time on certain things that I was doing in life and never thought that I could. What I mean by that is, like, I was on a job that kept me bound. And I was like, I don't have a way out of this. Like, and if I do and I get out, I'll be so happy and be like, man, I can't believe I was on the job so long. So while I was there, I was like, why don't you do it now? Like, you sitting here talking about this, do it. Like, and then see where to go. But at the same time, you have to believe that it's possible, right? You have to believe that you can allow yourself to be somewhere today, and you've been in this cycle for so long that when you stop and say, man, I want to believe that it don't have to be like this for me anymore, that I can change and make new. It's going to happen. It's going to be a process. It's going to hurt. It's going to feel weird. You might be happy. You'll have your ups and downs. Trust me, it's going to feel weird when you first do it, because it's the unfamiliarity, right? No one is used to that. We become used to the things that we make ourselves used to. And so I take an account to that all the time. I used to, wake up, shower, eat, go to work. While I'm at work, I used to have a routine. I get out of work, I come home, I eat, I shower, I go to bed. That is so easy because that's norm. I was programmed until I reprogram my thought process and things like that. Like, if you guys want to see more about change, go look at that video. I spoke about it. I'll leave that in the link in the description down below. Hopefully I'll get that in there. But that goes hand in hand with balance, right? Because in order to reestablish your happiness, you have to get out of what's weighing you down and then pick up something else that can elevate you. And I say this a lot, you guys, but I want y'all to find examples in your life, just like the pros and cons that I just read off, or not even pros and cons, but the highs and lows, the negatives and positives that you can use and apply into your life, right? Things that I speak about is so simple, but yet they're forever, right? Always. That's why you guys in my forever game, because you guys listen to me, and I've listened to somebody. That's the only reason why I can share this, and I hope you guys share this with somebody. So yes, my energy level is up. Smile, breathe, find happiness, enjoy. I'm sure if you guys go and watch the first few videos, I think it's like, it doesn't matter. I'm like, yeah, you guys. So You can go do life doing this and that. But guess what? I said it before. It's because I changed the way my energy level is. Like, if I stay in that, I feel that in my personal life, I'll be wasting time because I will give that energy to so many people, and I will continue with that with everyone that I'm not doing for me, but I'm making everyone else happy because they're thriving off that free spirit energy, that just warm and accepting, generous, like just that's just who I am, you guys. It's who I am. So there's times where I just like to chill. When people see that side of me, they're like, man, something wrong with Jay. Something going on with Jay. But no one ever thinks to stop and ask, like, Jay, you okay? You know what I'm saying? Is everything good? Because it's not only me, like, hey, what's going on? Are you okay? You great? Good. You know, what's wrong? You know, talk to me. What's up? And so I think we need that in society, and I know we need that. There's no thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? We are in a pandemic. What are the odds? But it was going to happen. It's inevitable. Why? Because it's happened before. There's movies that has predicted these things, and that is another balance. If you can go and watch these movies and catch them before things happen, you will be well better prepared and equipped to face them when time comes. So try to face life not head on, but thinking about the things that you do before it comes time for you to do them. That will help you further your grounds. Just remember, if you knew better, you do better. We all will be happy, rich, and wealthy, and having the peace, love, and positivity explored throughout our bodies. But I digress. It's time to conclude this video, you guys. Thank you for for tuning in. It's your boy Infinite J. As always, peace, love, positivity.